This is The Application, where higher ed enrollment strategy gets tactical. I'm Allison Turcio, marketer, curious question asker, and your guide through what's next and what's working in higher ed. Join us as we focus on what really matters, connecting with students and parents in more human, personalized ways, and using tools like AI to make that connection scalable and smart. From rethinking your inquiry campaigns to fixing funnel friction, everything we cover is about creating better experiences for students and better results for your team. Whether you lead the team, recruit the students, build the campaigns, or manage the message, you'll walk away from every episode with something you can use right now. Are you ready to get one step closer to your next enrollment win? Let's go. Western Governors University, WGU, shared how they're using AI and decision intelligence to literally stop students from dropping out with debt. And it's working. Early pilots are showing a 5% increase in course completions and 3% gains for struggling students. So if you're thinking right now, okay, that's WGU, they're this huge online entity, it doesn't apply to me, hang on with me. What they're doing absolutely has applications for enrollment marketing, yield, student services, basically anywhere you're trying to keep students moving forward. Here's what I learned. First, some context. WGU is a competency-based, fully online institution and has over 147,000 students. That scale gives them some incredible data, and they've turned it into a momentum score. They can predict within the first week of a term whether a student's likely to finish their courses. Week 1, and it's 80% accurate. The biggest red flag, not logging into the learning management system for 5 days. That's it. 5 days of no engagement is one of the strongest predictors of failure. So imagine if we had that kind of insight into MELT students or omitted but not depositive students. What if you knew with 80% accuracy which ones were going to actually enroll and could act in real time? Now, here's the problem they were trying to solve. Faculty at WGU often have hundreds, sometimes thousands of students. Outreach had become robotic. They were relying on templates. Hi, just checking in. How's it going? Because, who has time to write 500 personalized emails? We know the pain of this, of being able to scale individual outreach. So the result is students are tuned out. The solution was something called decision intelligence, which is a system that takes in all that momentum data, builds what they call a digital twin of each student, and actually recommends the best way to reach out. Here's the coolest part. AI drafts the message for the faculty member on their behalf, but the humanity is still there. The faculty member is still in the loop because they decide whether to send an email, text, or make a phone call. And this is one little trick they shared. Love this. Instead of asking students to schedule a meeting with them, that's really what they're trying to do with almost all of it, is get the student to touch base with a professor. The outreach says, I'm going to call you at Tuesday at 4. If that time doesn't work, here's the link to reschedule. And students almost always respond immediately. They either reply and say, I'm not available at Tuesday at 4 p.m. or they click the link to reschedule. So simple, but it works. So is this working for Western Governors? Yeah. In their first pilot, they saw an increase in course completions in high failure courses and an increase for low momentum students. And remember, WGU's mission is what they call stop the drop with debt, because too many of their students are dropping out midterm and then owing, say $4,000, but not getting a credential. So every intervention that keeps a student enrolled isn't just good for retention metrics, it's changing lives and also driving more positive word of mouth from the university. So now you might be thinking, okay, that's great for online, but what about me? And here's how I can see this applied to our work in enrollment marketing. Yield and MELT. Imagine having a momentum score for our admits. We know who's about to ghost us and we could intervene early. Career services. We know students who engage with career prep get better outcomes, which is the best kind of word of mouth marketing we all can get. What if we could take a system like this and we're nudging them into those services right when they're most likely to disengage or right at the moments where they need to engage? Same idea there with tutoring and support. Predicting when a student's about to struggle in math or writing and proactively sending them information. Maybe we're being proactive with the resources or getting them to engage with a support center before they fall behind. And I don't think we need a WGU-sized data lake to start this. We have CRMs, we have learning management systems, even just tracking logins, form completions. We probably have enough signals to test some early nudges for something like this. So the big takeaway from this session, AI doesn't have to replace humans. It can actually free us up to do human work, to mentor, to coach, and to have those conversations that actually change a student's path. I mean, picture the faculty member in this scenario. The faculty member was spending all of this time writing individual emails, and they were good ones because how could they be truly personalized? Now they're spending time one-to-one with students, talking to them one-to-one, providing them with resources. That's where we want the time spent. So whether we're in admissions, marketing, student success, that's where we all want to be focused too, focused on the students. I'll be back soon with just one more final recap episode that answers the question, does your brand really matter? Emphasis on your.
Thanks for listening to The Application. This show is a proud member of the Enrollify network, home to higher ed's largest collection of podcasts. Enrollify is where higher ed goes to grow, so be sure to check out our other podcasts, webinars, video clips, blogs, and so much more. Visit Enrollify.org and subscribe for all the latest details and content drops directly to your inbox. Enrollify is brought to you by Element 451, the digital workforce platform for higher ed. Learn more at element451.com.